When I share with people that I'm a death doula, also known as an end-of-life doula, I get mixed responses. Sometimes there's a genuine curiosity and wonder. Other times, a pause and raised eyebrows. But more often than you might think, people are moved and inspired because it puts words to the kind of end-of-life support they've always felt drawn to give. So today, I want to give you a clear picture of what a death doula is. I often use the work of a birth doula to bring context to my work and to make it feel less unfamiliar. Just like a birth doula offers presence, guidance, and support when someone is entering the world, a death doula offers the same kind of support when someone is preparing to leave it. Now, to be clear, both roles are sacred and distinct, and each involves much more than just the moments of birth or death. I use this parallel because it's one of the clearest ways to show the circle of life and to remind people that I'm talking with that death, just like birth, is a natural part of it. So what is a death doula? As I mentioned before, the role is much more than simply being present in the final moments of life. When I trained to become a death doula, I was surprised by just how broad the range of services and offerings there really is. And it's important to know that every doula is different with their own focus areas and offerings and talents and gifts. That said, you'll usually see us supporting 3 groups of people along with their families and circle of care. Those who are embracing their own mortality and want to participate in end-of-life planning. Those who are facing a life-threatening or terminal illness. And those who are actively navigating the end of life. Within that, doulas often provide support across 3 phases: before death, during the active dying process, and after death. The support itself can take many forms: practical, spiritual, emotional, or deeply personal. And I'll share some examples of those in another video. We can also serve the wider community by creating space for education and open conversations around death, dying, and grief. But at the core, the work is personalized, it is extremely compassionate, and centered on helping people make informed decisions and bringing dignity to the dying process and the end of life journey. A question I'm often asked is, why did I become a death doula? Like, 𝗙𝗂, that's morbid. Like, don't you get depressed? I get all kinds of questions. But for me, the seed was planted when I sat with my mother as she transitioned. That experience taught me how important presence, support, and planning can be at the end of life. Over time, I also recognized that many people don't have family, friends, or loved ones by their side. In places like hospices, nursing homes, or other facilities, loneliness is very common. And I wanted to be present for those people so they wouldn't have to die alone. I also wanted to support families and loved ones in those final moments because it can be such an overwhelming and emotional experience. But when I trained as a death doula, I learned that the work reaches far beyond the bedside. And so I was able to expand my scope and practice. So that's a glimpse into what a death doula is. And while the role has been around for a long time, it continues to evolve. I'll be making this a series, so stay tuned for upcoming videos where I'll share more about what this work can look like, from planning ahead to legacy projects to bedside support and even grief education. If this was helpful, go ahead and like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of the series. And if you like a tool to start reflecting and exploring your own thoughts and feelings around death, dying, and grief, check out my guided journal, Life's Final Chapters, linked below. Take care of yourself, honor where you are and where you like to be, and I'll see you soon.